So how was Iceland?
It was fantastic, very grounding, very, very beautiful, majestic. It was, folklore,
You two look
trolls, little
you
people, everything.
you two looked gorgeous in your outfits and stuff. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
You
That was a
guys are
really cool wedding.
you
Thank
guys
you.
are so nauseatingly in love. It's pathetic.
Isn't it? It does make you sick, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Just
Being single and all, it's like, bleh.
it makes you gag, though. It just
go
makes
on
you
the
gag a little bit. That's all.
I go on the dating apps and I get like stunt doubles for Shreks, like messaging me. And I got this beautiful couple over here falling in love all the time. Bleh.
I know, isn't it something? You gotta love it, though.
So do you have any
Jody did the
location?
pictures.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Do what? I was
Jody did
asking.
Jody
did
did the
this.
pictures for us. Jody did our wedding pictures.
Yeah.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah?
like them? For real?
Yes.
Did you like them?
Yes, I did.
I even made everybody look young with nobody had any flab and old scars or anything.
Well, shit. I need to do a photo shoot with you then.
I did lots of editing.
Mhm.
My God, you're
Because I was on this side, I didn't have to edit me too much.
take
I think
pictures
I was
of
in
me.
one picture.
You take pictures of me, your computer's gonna blow up with all your editing.
Ah, no, it won't.
Yeah, a little upset you didn't put yourself in pictures, except that one.
Mhm.
You could have
No, I
given somebody the camera.
Yeah.
I did. I gave somebody the camera and I took a picture of the bitches.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, the picture of the who?
The bitches.
Uh,
We have a
you-
bitch club, Ray, you know?
There's a bitch club and pickles. Well, right now it's just the bitch club.
Is it the boo bitch?
No,
Is
we're
that what
just
it's
the
called?
bitches.
What was the one you sent me with the pink shirt? Like a while ago.
That's the bitch club.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'm a bitch.
So
I
he's
mean,
part of it. You got your pink shirt, you're official.
which is great considering how many times I've been called a bitch since then.
Well, for anybody who doesn't realize, we're live and our guest tonight is Ray Savino. Woohoo! And we have Anthony and Sabrina back from Iceland, and they're going to help me co-host tonight. Thank you so much, you two. You two should be relaxing and, I guess that's what you call
A
it.
little jet lagged, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you got searched.
Oh
Did you
my
have to
God.
did you have to strip down?
No. I just had to, like that
Look at Ray looking at me like, what? Yeah,
secondary thing.
it's searched
going
Hold on. Can you tell me what airport this was?
That was Keflak in Iceland.
I need to get
gonna
a
have to
little
do some
action.
flying.
I need some TSA action.
Checking for gunpowder and, my shoes,
Yeah.
wiggling them around, looking at them, squishing them. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
they were
okay.
checking her out.
it was okay if they frisked them or something, but if I went there looking like this, it'd be a little bit different. Up against the wall,
Uh-huh.
checking for box cutters on my boots.
Yeah, they pulled her aside, and I'm like through the thing, and they're like taking her away from me. It felt like she was being detained. I'm like, what's Apparently, she could have missed her flight, so I was definitely not happy.
Oh,
They
that
don't
would have been
They
terrible.
were coming one after another. There was a lot. I mean, they were just like flowing in, and they were just constantly searching all different people. And it's like, oh my God, it's like everybody behind me. There was like a good 10 people following after me. I'm like, oh boy, I was nervous that I wasn't going to get that flight, but it did go smoothly. They were going fast.
Thank God we would have missed her flight. They
You
don't
know.
care. Apparently, you can miss your flight.
But I was really upset that I couldn't go to add some liquor to bring home with me. I was really wanting to go to the duty-free alcohol. I was looking forward to it and couldn't do it.
Oh, darn.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi. Enough about us. Let's talk about Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah, Ray, what's up?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Well, hello.
You're in the spotlight.
Well,
Tell us
I
what
know,
you
that's
do.
What do I
You're
do?
the owner of.
I am Ray Savino, the founder of RTL Paranormal, which is in Virginia. I'm also the owner of Flumery Promotions, which is a paranormal talent management company that also specializes in hosting paranormal events throughout the United States. And that's
And you're a
me.
busy man.
I like to
Yes, you're a busy man.
I like to be busy.
I've been to several of your events. Yes, you're a very busy man.
Oh, thank you.
Although you don't invite me to help you, but other than that,
Are you sure you're not Italian? Because that sounds like a little Italian guilt trip. Yeah, that's what it's like.
that's because I'm the B1, right? Right,
You are-
Sabrina? That's
you're
what it
the-
is.
You are the B1. You're the number one B with the crown.
Yep.
Is
I was
that-
wearing that crown at the bash too.
is
I had
that
my
the
crash on.
is that the HBIC head bitch in charge?
That's right. We have numbers, and I'm one.
It was
So
better
don't
than
mess
being,
with me.
I always flip my numbers around because I always forget what number I am.
Well, who's the lucky 13? I don't know who that is.
I know I'm not that far in there.
No, you're one of the newer ones. You're one of the originals.
6 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah, she's one of the Obies. We have an original bitch group.
do I
She's one
have
of them.
do I have a single digit, or am I one of the older ones or the newer ones?
You're just one of the men.
I'm the male bitch.
One of the guys.
I'm a guy
We
bitch.
called that the pickle club.
Yeah, we're the
Is that what that is? When did that happen?
I mean, it could have been worse. I guess it could have been called the cigar club, but whatever.
You're right, Cindy. Bitches rule.
I think that started with Bill and Anthony, and the something about pickles, and it just went from there.
Is that what that was?
It was in pickles and pepperoni or something because your
Pickles and pepperoni.
I was gonna say nipples. No,
we took a picture of all the bitches at the
Viola.
back,
Viola.
and there
What?
were more pink shirts than there were gray shirts. There were more
Yeah.
men bitches than there were women bitches.
Well, I'd rather see
was great.
pictures of bitches than pickles, I guess. I mean, to each his own, I guess.
Hey, everybody wants to be one now. It's like it's popular.
Everybody wants to be a bitch, but everybody keeps
Oh,
sending
I thought you
pickles.
meant a pickle.
Not a pickle.
That's a whole different podcast right
Yeah,
there.
that's a different discussion. We'll talk about
Which-
pickles.
Which I'll probably be a guest on that one too.
Thank you.
Well, we'll have to get you a pickle shirt.
Thank you.
So,
So what do you have coming up, Ray?
I have, let's see, October 14th, I have an event in Goochland, Virginia. I love that word, Goochland. Something about that first
That
word.
Gucci,
I like
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like
Gucci.
You know?
Yeah.
So
It does.
Goochland,
It sounds Gucci.
you've been hanging out with Callista too much. So Goochland, Virginia, we have the abandoned Central High School, which is located in, it's actually called the Goochland Cultural Center now. And what it is the front end of the abandoned high school was remodeled so they can use it for offices, the 4-H club, have classes there. And then behind the auditorium is completely abandoned. You got the lockers, you still have gym equipment from the gym. The classes still have the chalkboard with people writing on it and stuff. I mean, it's really, really cool. And every time we go there, it's not like in your face kind of stuff, which, I mean, it's great if that ever happens, but I don't know. I kind of like the more subtle responses and stuff that and experiences that people have, because it's more definitive. It's like
Right.
answering questions or hearing people talking, and actually the EVPs that you capture is actually going with the conversations that are being said by the investigators and the guests. That stuff is kind of cool because, I'm really, as much as I love investigating, reviewing audio is one of my favorite things to do. So to hear that and capture it, and to capture it and let the people who were part of the situation where the EVP was caught and they didn't even hear it at the time.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and they hear it then and they get all excited and stuff, and then that makes them want to learn more about investigating and want to come back and go to more events. And then next thing you know, they start joining Flummery Promotions. You know how many people join Flummery Promotions or RTL Paranormal from just going to events? I mean, pretty soon I'm not going to even have any events. I'm just going to have a group of 500 people, you know.
Yeah, just have a party.
But and then after that, excuse me, I still fighting this bronchitis. But
oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
No, it's been 3 weeks. I'm getting tired of it. But anyway,
Hey,
November.
Hi, Megan. Hi, Kevin. And Rachel says she's excited about your new members and the new events that are coming up.
Oh, there's the comments. All right.
Yeah, there they are. You can write in there too.
Oh, I can.
Yes, of course you can.
Be a good,
Just no cursing. No.
You know,
We
I
curse
can't
on this show. We don't care.
Multitasking, you know.
I know that's too much typing and talking.
Not many pickles can do that, I guess. So November 4th, we have an event in Ballinger, Texas, at the Old Park Hotel. My really good friend of mine, Christy Ayers, also known as the Paragypsy, she's going to help me run that event there. And I've been there a few times, and that's probably, in my opinion, I think it's probably one of the most haunted places in Texas. And what makes it even more fun are the owners. You know, you have people that own locations that you can tell they're all about business. But Connie and Dan, they just absolutely are passionate about what they do, and they love that place. And I think that's what makes it even better. The fact that you have an event at a location where, yes, it's business, but you're also working with people that absolutely love what they're doing.
Yeah,
that makes it even more fun for not only me, but the people that, you know, pay the tickets to go and investigate there.
right.
One of the last times I was there, I did an event for another company. I was the guest, and we did a human pendulum, and I never did a human pendulum before, and I was part of it.
That sounds cool.
So I volunteered to be the pendulum, and don't remember too much during that. From what I understand, I was told that my eyes dilated. They changed colors.
Did they videotape?
I doubt that they did. Well, they might have, because I think they did. They were doing a video with Beth Allen just to make sure that you know, everything was cool.
Okay.
But then I wasn't responding to anything. I don't remember the whole situation. They tried to walk me outside, and I kept falling down inside the Old Park Hotel as they were trying to get me outside to get fresh air. They finally got me outside, and they put me up against a tree to ground me. And Beth Allen did her thing to help me, and I kind of came out of it a little bit. And next thing I know, I'm just I'm bawling like a girl at a Justin Bieber concert. I don't know why, just everything was coming out. So needless to say, I'm not doing pendulums anymore.
I had to help a couple of people after doing the pendulum. They had to come over to the house and had to take care of them too, because they didn't, I guess they didn't get out of it right, or they didn't ground themselves, or they were doing things that they weren't really supposed to. And so had to help them out of that, you know, just doing some healing work from them.
And what was weird about it was, I think that might have been the first time something like that ever happened to me, but it's not it's happened before, but like the girls from Flumery Promotions, if we do a jail or a prison or whatever, they don't want me by myself because
Well, you shouldn't be by yourself anyway.
well, you know what I mean. Like I shouldn't, for some odd reason, jails and because at the Old Park Hotel, the Reynolds jail was across the street. Yeah, we investigated that one that night too.
That answers that, doesn't it?
So something about jails. I mean, I guess because I'm Italian and I have Spanish, we're very familiar with jails. But something about it, I guess, draws me in. I guess I don't know, but
maybe in a prior life, huh? Maybe you were a guard or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, no, I'm Italian. We don't know. No guards.
Never know.
But so we have the event in Texas November 4th. Also on November 4th, we have Chesterfield, Virginia. We got the Magnolia Grange plantation.
Wow.
This place is beautiful. I'll once I'm done with the podcast, I'll post a picture of it.
Yeah,
But
please. That sounds really cool.
the place is beautiful. The inside is they have on the walls murals on the walls and this beautiful staircase that goes up to the upper floor. And it was called Magnolia Grange at one time because of the magnificent magnolia that used to blossom in the springtime right in front of the house.
I'm actually visualizing this.
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah.
The place is amazing. We've done a few events there before, a couple of times with Mustafa Gadalari, and he absolutely loved that place too. So hopefully, when he's not done being busy with Haunted Discoveries and the side project with Brandon, maybe I can get him to do some events again. That would be kind of Mustafa.
Yeah, I did some with him.
Mustafa's great. He knows what he's doing. He's very passionate and loves what he's doing, but he does it in a way that makes you laugh your ass off.
Oh my God, he's so funny. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, we were laughing a lot too with Fort Mifflin.
And he definitely has a booty to die for.
Well, now we didn't look at that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm married, okay?
Oh, Greg just hopped on too.
Booty?
He heard the word booty.
Oh, he heard the booty. He got the booty call.
Oh wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I know, it does sound like fun.
Got more?
Yeah, we want. What about the temple?
You know what? I've been ever since that one event with Mustafa, our last event over there with Mustafa.
Oh, Greggy.
We've had
wants
a
booty
hard
pictures.
time. We've had a hard time getting anybody to respond to us. So, and it's really hard. But there's a few other places that I'm working on because I know Anthony's all about the Masonic temple. So I got a few other places for you that I'm working on.
Oh, okay, all right.
Well, Greg O'Brien's in there. He wants your booty pictures.
I have booty pictures.
Mine or Anthony's?
I don't know. I take pictures in Walmart of those men that bend over and their whole booty's hanging out.
What?
Oh, I do. I've never gone in Walmart yet that I have not seen somebody's big white ass hanging out.
I thought you meant you're doing it on purpose.
I thought you were doing it on purpose. Like you were like,
taking pictures of people's asses as they're walking on by.
No. These are men that don't know how to pull their pants up.
But for a small fee, she'll probably do it.
Yeah, just that, a little bit.
This conversation took a hard left, and I'm enjoying it.
What happened to the paranormal? Yeah.
I know. Now we're talking about
White.
Oh, we always go.
White ass Jeep is paranormal. And then January, again, we're going to be at Chesterfield because we work a lot with the Historical Society there because
Okay.
we've been doing that for years, even before Flumery promotion was even a thing. And, we enjoy helping them raise money and stuff. So in January, I can't remember what day it is exactly, but we have Castlewood Plantation. And what's great about Chesterfield is they have Magnolia Grange, Castlewood, Trinity Church, the historic jail, and the Chesterfield Museum, and it's all pretty much walking distance from each other. So it's almost like a triangle, the way it's set up. And we just do the triangle, all year round. And the last time we were there, we did, if I'm not mistaken, we did an event at the historic jail and the museum, which is next door. And we did some Estes experiments in the jail because the bottom floor was apparently, it's a very small jail, but the bottom floor was for the females and maybe like 4 to 6 female inmates down there. So we had a female do an Estes experiment down there. And
Explain what that is to people who don't know.
the way we do it is we put her in a room with headphones on and a blindfold. So basically, some of your senses are blocked. So you have to focus on the hearing. And in the headphones, we had an Echo Vox going in the headphones. So we put her in the room, and I stood in the room with her just to make sure, in case something went south, that I can pull her out. And then in another room where she couldn't hear the questions, somebody was, quietly asking questions. And what we were trying to do, we were trying to see if she would be able to answer the questions that were being asked verbally by us, with the spirit manipulating the Echo Vox and ask, you know what I'm saying? Like using the Echo Vox. And,
yeah, we do that a lot with the kids.
And
recently,
and it's really crazy some of the stuff that was coming out of this one person's what she was saying, because kept mentioning Magnolia Grange. She kept mentioning like almost like I don't want to say Mason, but it was something close to Mason, but it was almost leaning toward more of a cult. Dead bodies, buried behind Magnolia Grange and stuff like that. So after the event, one of our psychics on my team, myself, and the 2 ladies that were a part of the Estes experiment, after the event, we snuck over across the street to Magnolia Grange, to the backyard. And there's this big, huge tree in the backyard. And we really feel like something not so nice is around that tree, or even buried somewhere underneath the tree. But it was just a really weird feeling around the tree whenever we got near it, and it wasn't nice. So I'm looking forward to our next event at Magnolia Grange, just to see what kind of pops off when we do our event there. So it's got a lot of history, but also, just like all the historic locations, there's a lot of history that people don't know about either. That's the stuff that I like to venture into more, where you try to find answers to stuff that nobody really knows about. And I'm kind of looking forward to this Magnolia Grange event. It's because of what happened at the jail the last time we did an event there. So, and also, I'm thinking maybe either end of January or February, the girls of Flumery came up with a great idea where it's more of a thank you to everybody that have come to events and stuff. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna have food.
There you
Well,
theme.
with your 500 members, yeah.
It's just going to be Flimmer and RTL, nobody else.
Yeah, why not?
But it's everybody's invited, and then afterwards, maybe we'll have some VIP tickets where they get to ghost hunt the abandoned high school afterwards.
Ooh.
So we need to figure out a way to work this out, because we were also thinking a costume themed party where people just dress up as favorite era. Or
Well, these two already have costumes from their wedding.
Yeah, we have like loads of costumes.
and that's just for Saturday nights. How you doing?
Yeah. They do roll things that they do.
You're taking a hard left again, Jody.
I know. I'll do it again. I'm sorry.
Crossroads after dark.
That's why it's called Crossroads. We cross the street. Yeah. I did it again. I'm sorry. That's why you love me, Ray. I know.
So, when they came up with that idea, I kind of thought about it a little bit, and I'm like, why not? As they're really into it, so I'm like, you do all the work and you figure it all out and let me know, and I'll handle
You'll
the
just show up. Yeah,
I'll just show up. I'll dress up like Kingpin from like Spider-Man or whatever that.
You need to come to the bash, Ray.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I should have a couple of vendor tables at the next one.
No.
Good. It's another Christmas in July, so it's going to be fun.
So now I got to see if I can get up there. I haven't been there in a while.
You could be an elf.
You an elf?
Yeah, be an elf.
I don't know about the height, but I think I got. Never mind. The last time I was there, I was sitting at Dead Is Not the End with Flip at his vendor table.
Okay, that's right. You were.
I was part of Dead Is Not the End with him.
Yes, I miss Flip.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Howdy.
So yeah,
hi, Gina.
You have a plan for Halloween? You have anything planned for Halloween?
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe go somewhere. She's going
You know
to
what?
freaking.
I think I'm going to do something just for me. I'm gonna, because I've never gone to I never dressed up before for Halloween. I've never been to a Halloween party.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I can't even. I think I might have been 10 or 12 last time I trick or treated. now I'm 122, and whatever. But I figured
That's all that gray hair. You're starting to show your age now.
I know, right? I need that just for men stuff.
I know. I think the women like that though.
What?
That
Women?
gray hair on his.
Oh, I thought you meant Halloween. I'm like,
Yeah, the Halloween. Yeah, they like the Halloween too.
I think Halloween trumps the whites in my beard.
Well, you could take your son out trick or treating. He's still old enough.
What? He doesn't want to go, and it drives me nuts. But I think
I know, Gina. I saw your decorations. She decorates and goes overboard for Halloween.
Oh, Gina is amazing.
Yes, I know. The stuff that she puts out there is really cool.
Oh,
now that I'm single and I have my own apartment, my house is starting, or my apartment looks like it's Halloween. I got a goat's head mask. I got wolves with ravens and.
Oh, geez.
We saw ravens in Iceland. It was cool.
I bet you did.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
came
God.
face to face with one. We thought it was
Yeah.
a sign because we were talking. And
oh my God, they were beautiful.
Yeah.
I love ravens. It was like, oh,
Did you get pictures of them?
huh?
Did you get
Get
photos?
pictures of them.
yeah, we got photos.
Yeah, we took.
I'll have to look for them.
Posted,
We'll
I think
post
it's
it.
in the animal one. I think I have it in the animal one that I just posted a couple days ago or yesterday.
Okay, I'll look.
And then I do have one on the regular camera that's a little bit better, so I'll have to look at that, like on a real camera. That versus my
Yeah.
phone. You know what
I
mean.
know what you mean. I know. I have the same thing. I like Did you do that on your phone or what? Yeah.
So what's it?
So you're not going to do anything on Halloween for your team.
No, it's just weird, like the world's largest ghost hunt and Halloween, and everybody's doing all this stuff, and I'm like, you guys ghost hunt every weekend. Like, what's the world's largest ghost hunt? It's like,
did they even do it? Did people even do anything on the world's largest ghost hunt thing?
I didn't hear too much
They
about
used
it.
to.
I know it wasn't at the end of September.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think it's overkill. It's like you do it all the time, and it's like, and then you make this big thing about world's largest ghost hunt, and I'm like, well,
but I didn't see anybody post anything that they did anything.
There was a few things sprinkled around the social media, but I'm just, and then like Halloween, everybody wants to do a Halloween ghost hunting event. And I'm like, well, what's different than any other Saturday night,
Exactly, it's true.
So
I think that's what I love about your posts, is that you're always having either cooking or family or your children or other things other than just all paranormal. Like, you know what I mean? Some people are just strictly, they don't, I like, they have children, or they have, that you don't see anything about them personally, like who they're about. And with your post, it's like, he's not all about paranormal. He balances self, and that's what we love about your posts. Is balance to your social media posts. Not just like,
that's true.
Just like, that's it. It's all paranormal. Nothing else in life is, that's it,
Yeah, there's a few of those out there. I know.
I want that to be their master status. You know what I mean? It seems like, because, for whatever motivation they have.
I mean, for production, what you're doing and everything, it's like, I admire you with that, because it's like,
it's a lot of work.
That balance is important, and so that you focus on your child, you focus on what other things that you're doing, and it's a breath of fresh air when it comes to that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I used to have two pages. One was my personal page, my Raphael page, because that's my real name, and I had the Ray Savino paranormal page. But somebody hacked into my personal one and started putting like ISIS photos and stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus!
Where it blocked me out of my page, and I had to keep going through Facebook to prove my identity. And they said we'll give you an answer in 48 hours. So the next day I would have the same email again, over and over again. And
I had the same problem.
It was giving me a time limit on when I can do it. And so I kept doing it over and over again. And finally, they just killed my personal page. So I had baby pictures from, when they were little. Yeah. Like everything was on there. And
that just happened to Megan not that long ago. It's like, it's a shame, because you have all these pictures.
It happened to me too. I am so ticked off.
Life was on there, and she lost it
all.
And
I kept telling Facebook, and Facebook didn't do crap about it.
Yeah. So I started using the paranormal page as a little bit of both. But things were going great, in the beginning of Flumery. We were having events. We had 2 or 3 events every other weekend, or even every weekend, throughout the States and whatever. And then COVID hit, and everything went topsy-turvy. And then my personal life took a header. So it was more, so I was going through some stuff, and I was using my Facebook page not only to promote my business, but almost kind of like a journal, I guess, for lack of a better term, because I was going through a deep end about a year or so ago, and working my way back up and kind of refocusing and fixing myself, and realizing that I had stuff in my past that that I never worked on. I never came to a closure with. So, and then on top of that, my kids are my life. So I
know that.
I do as much as I can with them, and, watching them grow, and now being not together with the mother of their, the mother of my kids anymore. So now dealing as a single parent or co-parenting.
Right.
And then, you get bored sitting in your apartment all by yourself, as wondering what's going on and watching TV or whatever. So I'm like, screw it. I'm going to learn how to cook. I'm going to bring Facebook back to the way it was in the beginning of Facebook. Just nothing but food.
That works for me.
So it's a little bit of everything, but everything that's on my page is me. There's no, I don't. You guys know. You guys have known me for a while on Facebook. I don't sugarcoat shit. I don't. My brain to mouth filter doesn't work. I don't care if I have likes or emoticons or emojis or whatever they're called. But if something ticks me off, I'm going to say it regardless if it bothers anybody.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's probably why I don't have that many friends.
I'll always be your friend, Ray. I'll always be your friend.
And then I don't kiss anybody's ass. I don't fangirl. So that's probably why some of my former talent has gone and done better things without me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do ego. I don't like it. It's annoying. And there's a lot of it, unfortunately, in the paranormal field. And
no, is there?
What?
Oh my God! All this time, Anthony and Sabrina, we didn't know that. Oh my God!
That's kind of the point. Take what I'm saying too. It's like just seeing that you're a human being. You're doing all this stuff, and we're watching it, and and it's just not all about like the ego. It's like
And let's be popular and let's be famous. That bothers me. Is all these people in the paranormal? They're not out to do it for a good reason. They're out to do it to be famous.
Well, a lot of them, in my opinion, I think they started off in the right direction. They had good intentions, and then they took an exit ramp and went a different route.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all of them did.
I know plenty that did.
But
unfortunately, sorry.
What's ironic about it is I could care less if I'm popular or not, but for some odd reason that I checked my page the other day, which I never knew, the likes and the followers and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a shit ton of people watching me say stupid stuff on Facebook. Like, wow. So
I was liking your stuff today, all that stupid stuff you were posting.
I know. It's like it's like you gotta not take stuff so seriously all the time, and
that's true though.
And everybody wants to be like the hardcore black shirt, black hat, paranormal investigator, and always talking serious. And I'm like, doesn't anybody fart during an investigation? How come nobody says anything about that?
Oh, I've had many on my investigations for it.
We all do. We all go into the bathroom with a recorder and we're peeing and stuff like that. I'm like, oh God, I got to listen to this one.
One of the guys in my group, Kevin.
You don't do that, Sabrina.
I had him have my body cam during an event, and
oh God,
how many farts were on there?
He forgot that he had it on, and he went to go use the bathroom.
Oh my God.
So I told him, for a small fee, I'll keep that away from the public.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, like, nobody talks about it. Everybody's so serious and Zach Baganish, if you will, like with their stuff. And I'm like, I'm over here talking.
We were at Penhurst the one time, and you remember Deanna, right?
Yes.
From my team. Well, we're in the tunnels, and this is like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we go live. And all of a sudden, the K2s are going crazy and stuff. And doesn't she fart? And it freaking echoed in the tunnels. And she couldn't even breathe. She was laughing so hard. And I said, Deanna, you do know that we're public right now. And she couldn't even talk. If you would have seen all the laughing emojis, oh my God, it was the best. But those are the best kind of investigation.
That reminds me of one of the, like 2010, we, my paranormal group, we did a place called the Piccadilly Tea Room. It was also known as
these pickles. Yeah, this pickle thing.
No, Piccadilly.
I know.
Piccadilly. But
Piccadilly.
I mean, the inside was all like, it looked like a Barbie set. Everything was in pink. They got little teacups. Old ladies come on Sundays with the big hats. But historically, it was it's crazy. But historically, it's known as Smith Cottage. And once the owner of the place let us walk around and gave us like a little history of the place, she just basically left and said, lock up when you're done. I'm like, all right, cool. So when we started investigating and stuff, some really cool stuff happened. And then, like, it was the beginning of RTL. So we were still kind of new and learning stuff. So I started reviewing my audio, and I lost my mind because I got so excited because I thought I captured like a ghost duck or something. It was like a quacking noise. And I'm like calling all the members that were there that night when we were investigating. I'm like, yo, I caught something great. And I'm sending it to them. And then Roger goes, listen to it a little bit further. I'm like, okay. So before I get to that, when the owner was talking to us and stuff before we started our investigation, she made us dinner. So she made us Reuben sandwiches.
Oh.
Pay attention to that part of the story. So, so when Roger told me to listen a little bit further on my recorder, I started listening, and you hear, quack, and then Roger goes, and talking to himself, he goes, man, that was a good sandwich. So he just busted ass all over the place, and I thought it was a ghost. And I was so upset.
Yeah, but you caught something really good, though.
Caught something really smelly. Yeah.
See, there's bloopers and stuff like that. Are so funny. You know?
I know. When you catch them and you don't know that until you get home to review everything, you're like, what the heck?
The ones that drive me nuts is the ones where you caught something on your recorder because not only did you hear it, but everybody around you heard it, and you think it's like a Class A EVP, and then you tag the recorder, and then when you go back to review it, nothing, absolutely nothing. Oh my God, those are the worst.
Don't that take off?
And you know how many times I almost threw my recorder across the room? My Lord. So what's going on with the Teen Paranormal Camp?
Well, last year we went to the Shanley. See, you missed it.
That place is awesome.
I love the Shanley.
Where else did you go?
We said hi to Sal while we were there.
Did you?
Yeah. We're going back to Penhurst again, so you can come to that.
I love me some Penhurst.
Penhurst.
Yes, he's a bad boy in Penhurst. He's
What? Bad boy everywhere.
It was you and Flip.
I blame Flip.
Yeah. I'm not going to say a word. I miss Flip. I wish he'd come back up.
He's where is he now? Is it North Carolina?
Down south, yeah.
He's
down with his daughter.
I've been trying to get to do something with him. So he's living La Vida Loca down in Carolinas, I guess. But he's good people.
I'm going to try to get in White Hill again.
Are you?
With the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Muhammad Ali one?
Oh, we're going there.
Where?
Muhammad Ali's camp.
I
Oh.
was going to be there, but remember the storms.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were supposed to be there.
You went with us, Ray, didn't you?
Not for that one. I went to the
when we went to Gettysburg, you were with us in Gettysburg.
The one, I don't know, I can't remember the name of the location, but Mr. Nesbitt was there.
Ashtown?
The Hurridge.
That's it. And then
Boy, did we get a lot in there.
The
and-
Hurridge
then-
Inn.
then there
in
was one.
Gettysburg.
There was one before that one too, where all I can remember is your girls embarrassing and making my kid turn red. They
Loved him. Oh my God, loved him.
I was this close putting a restraining order on all the girls.
So wait, was
Whoa.
was your son just like the one boy and the rest were girls?
No, there were boys there, but he
Oh,
was like the center of attention.
Oh.
He was the fresh meat.
Yes.
Ooh, I've never seen this one before.
Yeah. Ooh, a new one. Ooh.
And now that I put his senior picture up,
It's really a nice picture.
Changed so much.
Did you go to the campground with us, to the PA Dutch campground?
No, I did Penhurst. I did what was it? Hers Ridge. Is that what it's called?
Hurridge Inn, yeah.
And then there was another one that all I remember was it being an all white building, and it was a huge building. And I can't remember. It had like 2 floors. Like
Oh my gosh! Now I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Oh,
I've taken the kids to so many places I don't remember.
But I think Penhurst. You know what? Hers Ridge. This one. That's the one with the cigar room, right?
Yes.
That's the one I want to do again.
The
but I
Hurridge
think-
Inn.
don't think
Were
I've
you
ever
ever
done
there, girl? So, were you ever at the Hurridge? It's in Gettysburg.
Yeah, but I don't
But-
think I've ever done that before.
But the lady that was manager at the time or running it or whatever, she's not there anymore.
She's not there anymore. No. So I'd have to go to a different person.
But you're still able to do it. I mean, they'll still do it.
Yeah.
Get that one for me.
Mhm.
I want to do a weekend over there because
Did you do the Hoover House yet?
No, I heard that one is off the hooks too. I was supposed to have an event there. Speaking of that, I was supposed to have one with. It was supposed to be Steve. Oh my God, I forgot his name. Mr. Holmes, Deanna's husband.
Anthony.
Oh, Anthony Holmes.
Anthony Holmes, and
Mhm.
there was supposed to be someone else, and it was supposed to be a speaking event about near-death experiences. But then something happened where something personal happened with Steve, and he was working on changing laws or something. I really
I remember what was going on. I
don't
know.
wanna-
but
I
I
don't
can't
want to
talk
talk about it too much, but then so more the event kind of fizzled out because he had more important things to take care of. But
Yeah.
I like to get to do that again somehow.
Yeah, we take the kids to the Hoover House.
Is it pretty good?
Oh,
Is it?
does not let you down. Nope.
How about the Elks? Right? You said there's the Elks.
Oh, the Tamaqua Elks.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
We're still
No, not
wanting to do that. We're still wanting to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Still need to get there because you told me so much about it. Everybody
Yeah.
says so much. So
Which one?
The Tamaqua Elks is awesome.
Is that in Gettysburg as well?
That's in Tamaqua. Tamaqua Elks. Yeah.
Well, I'm from Virginia. I don't know what the hell a Tamaqua is.
No.
Sounds like
It's a
a
town.
Sounds
Well,
like
see,
something
there's-
at the liquor store.
The Molly Maguires came into the railroad station, which is only like right down the street from the Tamaqua Elks. And I wanted to investigate the railroad station. The owner wants me to, but his wife said no. Because his wife said, I know it's haunted, but I don't want to know it's haunted. Does that make sense?
that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Too bad.
She doesn't want to know it for real. Like,
She didn't want the confirmation of it.
yeah, no confirmation. No.
She had her own confirmation. Apparently.
So we went down to Tamaqua Elks. I took Kelly Miller and some other people down there, and I would take the kids down there, and we do things. And I also rented the place and had events there. So that's what you ought to do, Ray. Hook up to Tamaqua Elks. Telling you, the place is really. I'm not going to tell you what happened in there, but there's some really cool stuff that happened in there.
I'll have my people call your people. We'll do lunch.
Yeah, you owe me lunch.
Oh, yeah, I owe you a lot of things.
We're trying to go back to Fort Mifflin again too, right, Greggy Pooh? If you're still in.
Right now, if I'm not mistaken, they're booked like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know. This would be during the day.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to I tried to get an event over there, and they're telling me a year out. I'm like, oof.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg said they're booking up really fast.
Which is good because I always like watching or seeing historical locations blossom, because ever since, like before COVID, they used to get a nice government funding, and you know, once COVID hit, they didn't get nothing. So a lot of these historical places owned by historical societies or even state parks or whatever, they almost get almost nothing. You know, the money they make it from the day tours or whatever little events that they have. So like everything helps. So if you guys go to a historical location, do the day tour, pay the $20 or whatever it is, and do the day tours. Or if they have a special event there, do it, because that money goes into preserving the history.
Right.
You know, I'd like to have these places still around, but my grandkids are old enough to enjoy them. You know, like, you know, my little one is almost 10, but he still enjoys going to Colonial Williamsburg and watching everybody dressed in period costume, and
I love that place. Yeah,
the chariot, the horse and buggies and all that. And you know, Jamestown Settlement, you know, where they have the boats and you know the fort, you know, and you know, I want to see that when my kids get old enough to learn, you know, and want to learn and enjoy history. So if we don't like go to these events and stuff at these places, they're not going to be around.
No.
So
yeah, look at Eastern State. They stopped paranormal investigating there and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous.
Don't get me started on that. I promise to go after them.
Please do. I want to get back in to investigate that place.
Yeah.
what? How come they won't? How come they stopped doing it?
That's
They
what
want
I'm
it
trying
all
to do.
historical.
I'm investigating. I have ideas, but I don't want to say it right now because I want to catch them off guard. I might have to get the media involved. I think they're discriminating against paranormal because a lot of them have hardcore nosed beliefs. Like a lot of them are atheists. They're very scientific based. I think they cut out the paranormal groups for that reason. But I also they'll probably excuse and say, well, there's some bad behavior in groups. I'm thinking, what groups are you letting in? You can, you know. You can stop it right away. I mean, that's possible. I mean, but I would have to. I'm going to interview one of the ladies, and I looked at her Facebook, and I'm like, oh, okay.
They like to do their arts. And,
Yeah. Well, they did that before, but there was still room for paranormal.
No.
And paranormal paid their bills.
So not even a Paracon. None of that.
I don't think I've ever seen. I don't think there's ever a Paracon in Eastern State.
No, they do the Halloween thing.
I mean, yeah, they have like the masquerade ball, and they do the the haunted house and everything, which is weird because they have like one of the highest top ranking.
How can you have a haunted house and not let paranormal in there?
Well, we need to get answers because if they're just like, well, we only accept these groups and these exhibits and these kind of like thought forms, or I mean not thought forms, ideas, and you know, paranormal doesn't fit that for whatever reason. That needs to be discussed because you know, I don't think that's right because we contribute money. We are about history. Most of us are well behaved. I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Nobody's gone in there and destroyed anything or taken anything. They're very respectful.
Yeah, but for the majority of people who do paranormal are really all for the historical. Like, I mean,
yes,
a lot of us are.
And we're very respectful, I would think.
Yes.
You know, any issues at Eastern Penn? Is it you know, or nothing?
Never had an issue there. I had wonderful experiences there.
I've never been there, but I can tell you at my events, not only do we talk about the history of the location, in fact, we encourage it. Whenever we go to an event, we ask the people that work there. I mean, like, who better to know the history or to teach everybody the history than the people that work there? So we encourage them to be a part of the introductions by talking about the history of the place. We also throw down a set of rules, which includes
No provoking.
no provoking, no antagonizing. If you, because we have drinks and snacks, so if you're going to eat snacks and drink our stuff that we provide, put them in the trash.
After yourself.
Yeah, clean up after yourself. And just be respectful of the location. And I don't.
Yes.
So to have some place like Eastern State talk about they want to keep it more a historical thing, and I'm like, don't we do that? We respect the place probably. We respect this kind of location.
The times I went in there, the people came with us.
Yeah.
The people that run it, and they show us the place and they tell us all the history, and they stay with us all night.
Yeah, they do.
There's really no way that you're going to do anything disrespectful to begin with.
The only ones that, in my opinion, would probably do something disrespectful to a location like that or any location are the ones that are trespassing or they're thrill seekers and they come.
Yeah.
Like if you're like, what are your other intentions when you come in the middle of the night when there's no event there or no you didn't reserve the spot for your group or anything? What's your intentions over there at 2:00 in the morning?
Right. Well, that's true. I agree with you, Cindy. I don't like when people provoke spirits.
Yeah. No. But if you're ever in, they still have like, you could still take tours. Like you go in, you don't need to be on a tour. You could go wander yourself. So you should check out Eastern State and feel it out yourself. Just being in those, the cell blocks and of course, like all different areas of that is just amazing.
Yeah. I gathered tons of great evidence from that place.
Yeah. Even in the night, we just bring our recorder and we kind of, going off the beaten path where nobody's around, and we try to do an EVP session without having, we do our own little thing.
Oh, see, now they're going to be looking for you two. I see.
You're like, how did this recorder get in my hand? I don't know.
Where'd that box come from that's talking? I don't know.
It's usually on our phone. We usually do a little couple bursts there and there.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's respectful. It's not like as soon as we see somebody, we're not we're not sitting there doing a seance.
Here's a quiet spot. Let's get the recorder.
Yeah.
Here's the dude run hallway. Go to that place.
Quiet
spot. Sneaky.
Quiet spot, but it's still really
run.
All right, guys, who put the pentagram on the floor tonight?
So, Ray, what's your favorite place to investigate?
Loaded question.
I know it is.
I would have to. Anthony's gonna like this one. I think my top two so far is the Masonic Temple in Norfolk, Virginia, and also we investigated Lorton Prison a couple of years ago. That's in Northern Virginia, near Alexandria, near Manassas. Lorton Prison was one of the most violent prisons in Virginia back in the 80s and 70s and stuff. It was also the beginning of the women's suffrage when they wanted to vote and stuff.
Yeah.
And they started protesting and they started arresting some of the women that were protesting, and they did some really bad things to the women. So as it got, the 60s and the 70s, it started becoming more violent. My favorite part of Lorton Prison would be Murder Alley, which is behind the gymnasium. And they call it Murder Alley because the way the gym is and the other building behind it, there's a little alley where the watchtowers and the guards couldn't see that area. So there was a lot of shankings and bad drug deals and all sorts of stuff. And I think that was my favorite part of the whole the Lorton prison event, which you could see some of this stuff. You could see the video that we made for Lorton Prison when we did our private investigation in Magnolia Grange. If you go to RTL Paranormal on YouTube, you can see these videos.
You could type that in, and then anybody's watching, they can go watch it.
For some odd reason, I can't type in on mine. But then again, I think that's more of a user error. But
what is it,
yeah,
RTL?
I'm not even. Yeah, it's just too much. RTL Paranormal. Check it out on YouTube.
I'll try to put it in there for you. How's that?
And Jody's trying to be nice early, talking about the white hairs make me look distinguished, and I'm like, I'm telling you, I said white hair can't change the fact that you dumb as bricks when it comes to computers.
No.
And no, you weren't put in here as a loser in my thing. I don't know. How did you write that?
What?
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 Loser.
What did you say in your post today?
Which one? I said so many.
I said, "Oh, you're really funny."
I forget now.
No. Yeah. Right.
He was being goofy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the Magnolia Grange, we did a private investigation there. We Lorton Prison, we did one. There's some other stuff in there. There's one when me and Flip did a investigation of a home in Mount Pleasant with my oldest son, Nick. Nick is 31 now, and he lives in Pennsylvania. Yeah, and he looks very handsome, with looking like the stunt double for Duck Dynasty. Nice kid. He's probably the nicest kid you'll ever meet. All my kids are good now.
Not like their daddy. Huh?
I don't even know who their daddies are. So there. 3 more payments and they're all mine.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, if you want to check out those videos, I mean, they're old and they're not. Some of them are okay. Some of them you can tell that Ray did it. Ray was the one editing. So yeah, if you want to check them out. If not, you can also go to the RTL Facebook page and see what we're up to, or Flumery Promotion. Or if you want to see what kind of new recipe I'm cooking up, and you want to see some pictures of a new roast or something.
Oh, there you go.
Come like my Ray Savino page.
He multitasks. All right.
So when are we?
The RTL Paranormal Cookbook.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
When we had everybody from Ghost Hunters, I was seriously thinking about doing a calendar where, like, especially Mustafa would be posing all over the place.
He does. He poses and he curses a lot.
He does. And the way he poses all the time, I'm like, he's going to be the centerfold. I'm going to have him on a bearskin rug in front of a fireplace, you know, with the snow-capped mountains coming out. You know,
I know. I have pictures with him, and he's like, you know, like he's doing all this stuff. He's a piece of work.
He is, but he's amazing. I love that man. So that's pretty much it for me, unless you got me coming to do your
You're coming to teen camp. I'm going to let you know when it is.
All right.
You have a question. Anthony has a question.
Go for it.
So, like you mentioned the Norfolk Masonic. Now, tell me why is that one of your favorites?
Because one of the ceremonial rooms, I can't remember exactly his name, but we just call him Deacon. He, during a ceremony, he had a heart attack and passed away in there during the middle of the ceremony. And we did an EVP session, Flip and I, and I can't remember who else was with us, but we actually caught EVPs while we were talking, as if it wasn't like it was responding to us. It was almost as if they were conducting a ceremony, like we were like interrupting something.
Wow.
And then in the library on the bottom floor, this was a long time ago. The first time we ever did the Masonic Temple. So this was way before Flip. We did a spirit box session where we were actually using one of those, what do you call it, Hack Shack radios. So we were asking who died in the ceremonial room. And I said, give us his title, not his name, his title. And they said, and all of a sudden you hear all this static, and you know how you hear the words from radio stations and stuff. So while you're hearing all that, just out of nowhere, as loud as possible over everything, you hear Deacon, and I thought that was cool as hell. Then
That's awesome.
Again in the upper floor, we thought it was kind of like an urban story, but we found out that it was true. I guess one night many years ago, they locked up the Masonic Temple, and somebody was accidentally locked in the building, and they were trying to find a way out. And they had in the stairwell, there's this metal ladder that goes all the way up to the roof. And I guess they thought they were going to be able to get out that way, and it's not. It's just like a big, huge, I don't know what you would call it. I call it an attic, but it's like big enough where you can stand in it, and walk through. So from what they gathered was, realizing that he couldn't get out that way, he was going to try to climb back down the steps. He missed one of the rings on the ladder and fell all the way down and broke his neck and died.
Oh, wow.
But the thing is, he was in there for 3 days before somebody came back to unlock the building.
Wow.
So we found out that story was true. And then we also found out that there's running water, like a creek or a river underneath the building. So
Wow.
we caught some audio in that area as well. And then there was in one of the rooms, the lights turned on and turned on and off by itself. And that was kind of cool. I remember that one. That one kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Did you run?
I'm old and fat. I don't run. I might walk briskly, but yeah, it's. But not only it's just
there is a lot of lights that turn on and off, and when you do the lodge work. And Deacon is an official position, because I'm a Mason, right?
Yeah,
I'm actually getting a new degree in November, so like that's why I want to go so bad, because there's things I know that you guys don't know, and then that's where I mean, you can try to look it up, and I can tell you I'll know it, and that's a little bit of confirmation. But there's a lot of people who are like, I'm not gonna call names, but we have the people that do very good investigative work, and it's just BS, or like, they know, but like I wouldn't tell you guys, and you guys could give me your notes or tell me things, and then I would,
Well, not only that, what better trigger object is there than someone who is very familiar and stuff like?
Oh yeah, maybe go ballistic.
Yeah, I did. I was with Taryn at some place, and the woman who was part of a member of this building, she was an Eastern Star. So I had Anthony tell me, like, hey, what do I say as an Eastern Star? Give me some kind of quotations or something to say that they would say. And sure enough, I was reading off what he told me to say, and all of a sudden the trigger pops kept on going all like crazy. So
Wow.
So some of that work that she would have done, I said out loud, and it literally
I wasn't with
it was
her.
effective. And
I
he wasn't
with her.
with me. He just told me what to do, and I did it, and sure enough,
That's awesome.
everything was going off, and she was responding to the things that I was asking specifically.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, because she was a big Mason, in the Eastern Star, so she was like, I guess, kind of flattered, like somebody knew something that
Well, I mean, even with like Eastern Stars and stuff, it took a long time before they were, I guess, part of, how am I saying this? So the Masonic Temple in Norfolk, it was mostly predominantly male, male. And so it wasn't until like what, 30 years, maybe 30 years ago, before they started having female groups in there, right? I know it wasn't that long ago, right?
Eastern Star. I think Eastern Star has been around, I think, a pretty long time. It just wasn't involving in the Masonic. They would
that's what I meant.
They would normally go into maybe like find a place, that would
like their own stuff, but like this one,
secrets
but it really depends. Some of them, for the majority of them, they allow the usage of their Masonic hall.
Right. Like nowadays, the one in Norfolk pretty much they have, like you said, the Eastern Star. Then they have the Celtics, something Celtic, I can't remember. So they have all these different types of, and then on top of that, it's not as private as it used to be. It's not, they have weddings now and stuff like that.
A lot of them. I think because they don't get many members and stuff, so they need to, just like certain places, they need to find a way to make that money. So a lot of them, rent them out for baptisms and things like that, and weddings, and absolutely.
We have the banquet area. We have the place where we eat.
Yeah, they have a banquet. They have
I hope they don't have it in the lodge room.
Wow.
I hope not.
No, they as far as I know, they don't. This one is set up where there's a big, huge area that looks like a gym, and then then behind it, across the hall, is the dining hall. I know about this one in particular because when I was younger, I used to do security for a wrestling company. They used to have the wrestling matches at the temple. They still do, in the area where all the seats are and stuff. So they have everything over there now. But I'm still working on it, Anthony. But I also have other places that I'm gonna see if I can bat my eyes at.
It's kind of all the same. Like, if you can get a Scottish Rite temple, that'd be great. But you get the Grand Temple of Virginia, I'm there.
Well, we used to. Again, I was doing something at a place called Beacon Theater, and when it was built in 1928, it was built by I'm going to say this wrong, Lord of Pythias, which is kind of like I guess it's kind of like a Masonic lodge of some sort. They used to have their meetings and stuff in one area of the theater. That also used to be apartments while the theater was in place. And the Beacon Theater is pretty active too. And we've actually gotten some really cool stuff there. You know what? I'm going to have to talk to them again. So I forgot all about Beacon until now.
Way to go. Start writing this stuff down there, Ray.
You need the stuff that I write down here all the time, and I keep forgetting that I have it over here. Because I'm too
I have
busy.
like all these little note papers all over my desk.
I have it all over my desk to remind me, but I'm too busy forgetting because I'm making a pot roast or whatever.
Making your French fries, huh?
French fries. Bite your tongue, woman.
What's wrong with French fries?
Onion rings.
Ooh, onion rings. Ooh, that sounds good. Boy, we just went right off track again.
I know we started off with white butt cheeks and we ended up with food.
Onion rings.
Right?
Why not?
I got your pot roast right here.
Yeah.
And just don't take that to Walmart. She might take a photo.
I never go in there that I don't see white butt cheeks. So it's, it's the thing to do.
I try to avoid the plague.
Yeah.
And you're in the wrong Walmart if you see brown. Never mind. Mexican butt cheeks. My people.
They wear belts, right?
Well, they got the belt buckles the size of like license plates, but yeah.
So if anybody wants to contact you, they go to your webpage.
They can go to flumariepromotions@gmail. They can message me on Facebook. They can give me a call at 757-869-8099. You send me any pictures that are not solicited, I will sell them to everybody in the public.
As long as they're not Walmart pictures, right?
No. Those are going to be kept in my personal library.
Oh, jeez.
Thank you so much, Ray, for being my guest.
No,
I will
you.
contact you. We have to wait till I have a team meeting, which we're doing after the holidays, and then we decide where we're going to go.
Sounds
So
good.
camp is usually always the last week of June, so be prepared. I was going to ask you anyway because you haven't been there for a while.
And if you want, I can see if I can get some people to do the Skype. Are you guys still doing? You guys still doing?
We haven't done it because of COVID. We stopped doing the Skype for a while, so we might try to do that again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me know.
Yeah, we had good times with the Skype.
I saw the pictures and stuff. You guys had a blast. It looked like the last time you guys.
Yeah, I'm so glad we got Scott. The kids absolutely loved him.
Yeah,
Forgot about Skype.
Skype.
Not as much
Yeah,
as
we did Skype with all these paranormal hotshots, all these celebrities, and they couldn't wait to come and talk to the kids. It was awesome.
That's where I like going. I love talking to the kids. I think it's because I have the same IQ. So we're good.
They loved you, Ray. When you were at the Herridge and you got up and explained a lot of stuff to them, they really were intensely watching everything you said.
You sure it was me and not looking at my son?
Well, they figured if they were nice to you, they could get to him. Got to remember what a girl thinks,
I'll take your word for that one.
Next week we have Ernie and Dave. I call them Bert and Ernie. Bert and Ernie.
Jeez.
I tell them they should dress up like Bert and Ernie for Christmas and all the holidays. And
that would be hilarious.
Oh, I think they would be great.
You know what? I might even chip in financially just to see them make that happen,
Oh, they would be great Bert and Ernie's.
I think it would be wonderful.
I love them too. But anyway.
Good peeps.
Yeah. Anyways, I gotta get going on the Ouija board.
No Ouija board. That's against the rules. No Ouija board.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. Go on.
Yes. Anthony and Sabrina could have taken the day off and enjoyed and relaxed, but I'm so glad you came and joined me tonight.
Well, I'm glad too, because this is the first time I actually got to talk to them. Without having to do
pretty nice. Yeah.
Without having to do the typing.
You're frozen.
And we'll definitely see you soon.
Yes, we will.
Hopefully.
And thank you, Ray, so much for being a wonderful guest.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll have you back again. I promise.
So. I love these.
And I love you too. And I will make sure that you know about camp as soon as I get the info.
He did say you. He said he loved these, not you.
Yeah, whatever works.
I'm sure he loves
you
too.
Jeez. I guess I'm hearing wrong. You had to correct me, didn't you, Sabrina? You had to correct me.
And I'm good. I've been domesticated. I just go with it. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Love you too, Sabrina.
I love you.
All right.
Send those pictures back. No. But we're going to say goodnight. And
we got to get to bed.
Yeah, got to hit the hay.
Yeah.
Have a nice night. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. And We'll see you guys next week.
All right, take care, guys.